You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, now we're here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's something on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you on a Let's Play episode of Heroes Advent, Kody's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Alright. He directed a pointed look towards the kangaroo, conspicuously fumbling with the sleeve of his uniform. You got something to say to me? Say it! I guess we won't be needing them after all. Are you sure? I insist. Take them for the trouble our comrades caused you. Thank you, sir. Please, just Mortis is fine. Well, thanks, Mortis. You opened the wooden case to see the waxy cards stacked neatly. Counting them out, they did indeed make a full poker deck. Despite having different suit designs, they were still only 4. You know how to play any card games? A few. I can always ask my team if they can teach me any. If nothing else, you could make your own games to pass the time. Make a few happy memories while you're at it. Thanks. I think I will. Suspicious activities. Have you seen anything unusual in the area in the past few days? There was one thing. A cloud of fog was seen traveling eastbound. Some of the rangers were saying there was so... Okay, I already did that one. I did that. Okay. So, speculations going around. Only 3. Sudden gloom. Is this... What? That's fine. Whatever. About General Whitmore. What can you tell me about General Whitmore? General Whitmore? Up until a few years back, he was just Lieutenant Whitmore. It's not a title he holds with particular pride. Why wouldn't he? It was during a siege when Lionheart's army first hit our borders. Former General Brexton was killed while leading the charge, leaving former Lieutenant Whitmore in charge of her place. It was General Whitmore who had us refocus our resources into fortifying Florentia and Firenze. He didn't want us to suffer the same fate that Venezia had. Sounds like the general made drastic changes on his superior's death. General Brixton was a whirlwind of a woman, and she could decimate entire squadrons with the swing of her hammer. She was the envy of Florentia's ladies, catching the eyes of wayward suitors. Even Whitmore wasn't immune to her charms. Talk around town, he was trying to court her, and it sounded like he'd been successful. But she said she'd give him a definite answer once the war was over. The tragedy at the hands of the evil king. How do you know all that? Yes, where did you come by this information? What is this, some kind of intervention? I just heard it through the grapevine, like anything else. The kangaroo seemed to close himself off on the matter, even under the intensity of his cohort's stares. Still, I can understand why he's taking security so seriously. Indeed, so far it's spared our little city. At least it's fared better than what happened to Palermo recently. Go for now. I think that's all I need for now. I'll let you get back to your game. Alright. Alright then. Make sure you abide by the General's orders. I will. It was nice getting to talk to you. You take care. Come on, you ninnies. Let's keep playing so I can clean you out. The 3 that returned to their game, completely forgetting your presence as the cards and wood chips shuffled across the table. It's probably best to move on. Looks like you're done here. Returning to the map. That looks like the barracks. I think that's the barracks. What else is there? No. Visiting the barracks. Return to the barracks again. Same soldiers remain at the card table, though it seems their game has already ended. They were smoking instead. Approach the soldiers again. Hello! Who's this kid? I think I've seen your mug around here. Ah, already did that. Okay. Alright, go for now. Heh. Alright. Returning to camp. The gates open at past daybreak. You'll be allowed back in then. Now please, vacate the city perimeter. Understood. We'll be taking our leave then. Departing from the city's main gates, Ray immediately went looking for a place to set up camp. As the others joined in the effort, it didn't take long for them to find a clearing not too far away, as the dragon drove a wooden stake in the ground, tying a bright red cloth to the top. This is so their sentinels have a clear line of sight to your camping grounds. In case of emergencies? Yep. As everyone gathered around the marked spot, tents were quickly set up in the blink of an eye. Whoa, that was fast! Guess this wasn't their first outing together. The others then headed off to their designated tasks, Kody at the fire pit preparing dinner, after Alex tending to his gadgets and gizmos, Max going through everyone's equipment, and Ray seemed to be gathering more firewood nearby. Not long after, dinner was ready, as everyone wordlessly gathered around the fire pit. Aside from the change in scenery, this didn't feel too dissimilar from when you set up camp at the Akai. Most of dinner time was spent with everyone exchanging their findings during the day, as you also chimed in with what you gathered. The Firenze locals have cited suspicious activities in the nearby woods, not long after the Guardian Crystal's fall. A dense fog was also seen towards the general direction of Venezia. That will present quite an obstacle to our journey towards Venezia. Agreed. While we don't have definite proof, based on what we've seen, that fog might very well be Ashford. And if that really is the case, we may run into an unprecedented concentration of nether creatures and army along the way. We should prepare for the worst. Yeah, I'll take first century for us tonight. You sure about that, Rye? Yeah? Why not? My sense of smell might not be as sharp as yours, but I can keep an eye out when the fire pit burns out. Well, your night vision is the best out of all of us. Well, if there's nothing urgent, I'll be on my way. I want to do some maintenance on my gadgets, especially this early on. Good call. We'll leave it to you then, Alex. Actually, I should clean up as well. Guess everybody's got their thing to take care of. Everyone's friendship, +2. Wait, hold on. What is it, Cassian? Look what I got. You brandished the box of playing cards you got from the barracks. Alex's eyes widened as he saw what was within. Huh. Peculiar. Where did you get your hands on that? One of the guards gave it to me, actually. Said we should use it to play together sometimes. Right. What's so special about those? Aren't they just the usual deck you get around the marketplace? No, Max, it's not just any deck. Take a look at the illustrations on the cards. Alex grabbed the box from your hand and took out 4 of the face cards. They were full figures instead of just a typical portrait, each in different shapes and colors. Wait, is that? One of them seemed to stick out to you. Alyssa? Precisely. Hold on, aren't these the special ones you talked about before? Oh, those! The ones that got passed around a bunch back at the academy. Indeed, you guys remembered right, though they were sold only for a limited amount of time. They were to commemorate the inauguration of the new Summer Sage. Hold on, why am I the only one not recalling any of this at all? I mean, you aren't really one to pay attention to the latest fads anyway, Mr. Straightface. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Either way, in this day and age, this might as well be cultural artifact of significance. Can I keep this, Cassian? I don't know, can you? Cassian, I implore you to reconsider. Al, that's his. You probably shouldn't. But... Fine, whatever. It's not like I needed it anyway. Well, enough about that. Do you know how to play cards, Cassian? As a matter of fact, I do. Okay. But I don't know if card games are the same as how they were back in my world. I suppose there's only one way to find out. If everyone is up for a round or two. Sure. Right on. Well, you can go ahead. I'll join back in a bit. I should wash the dishes before it attracts the bugs. In that case, I'll help. Thanks, Max. Excuse me. As you and the others sat around waiting for Kody to finish, Alex briefly explained to you the general rules of the cards. Despite the slightly different terminology used, you could more or less grasp that it worked pretty much the same as the card games you were familiar with. What surprised you was the amount of custom illustrations for each card. As pointed out before, the Sage's likeness have taken place of the typical face cards. Alex also explained that the queens and jacks of each suit were various historical heroes from the Sage's realm. Jokers, on the other hand, looked like 2 pairs of nether crystals and what appeared to be an interpretation of the ether crystals. You noticed Kody approaching the fire pit as he finished his task, bringing what looked like a picnic blanket. Everyone quickly gathered around the impromptu picnic area you set up with Kody, just in time for Alex to announce the first round of games. It was a rule set called Oko Loco. The first person in turn determines the suit and number. Then the next person either tries to play by the exact number or suit, and the 8 card will be used to switch to a new suit. You just realized that this was suspiciously similar to a game back in your world. The box the card came in also had an X carved onto the top. Wow. Pay attention, Cassian. You just forfeited your turn. Oh, whoops! It's alright. It's my turn now. Oh, that's the last card. I won! Max dropped the 6 of club onto the pile, which was also his last card on hand, much to the other's bewilderment. The Malamute was struggling to manage his cards at the start of the game, yet here he stood, the victor. Wow, talk about a lucky break. No way. Heh. Oh, congrats. Thank you. And so the games went on for a while. Alex did change the rule set to a few different ones. Some you did recognize as poker, blackjack, or other types of card games you were familiar with. Either by sheer luck or skill, Max went on to win the next several rounds of games with Alex in tow. No one else seemed to be so lucky, though Alex eventually decided to end the game after he had finally won again. Soon enough, it was time for everyone to wind down. Everyone began to tidy up the camp before heading to sleep. Max seemed to have thought of a sleep schedule for each and everyone. Despite his best intentions, however, some, including Kody, seemed far too restless to sleep. From within your tent, you could see Kody's tent still alight. Should you go talk to him? Sure. Shimmying out of your tent, you went over to Kody's, lifting the flap to find the bear shirtless, mulling over a book in his lap. Not ready to sleep yet? Ugh, Cassian, you scared the brown out of me. He looked down instinctively, making sure he wasn't being literal before returning to look at him. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Did I catch you reading something sensitive? Bob, no, it's just my recipe book. I was figuring out what to make tomorrow. Kody flipped the leather-bound booklet for you to see. Sketches of dishes scribbled next to their respective recipes on the page. What about you? Couldn't sleep? I tried, but there's still a lot to parse after the last few days. He stepped into the tent, taking a seat beside Kody as he scooted over for you to fit inside with him. You too, huh? I haven't been able to stop thinking about that either. Hey, Cassian? Yeah? You want to sleep here with me tonight? I was kind of hoping you'd ask. Are you sure it's alright, though? I'm asking if you want because I want to, Cassian. Right, I want to. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!